I think I might keep the shades on.
Nah, don't do it. Them look like workman shades.
What the hell are workmen?
Don't look like you fixing to do this podcast and then right after go build a house. Jeff's mother screams at the sight of his face. Lou and Jeff's dad stare, awestruck. Jeff, are you okay? Okay? I've never felt more happy. Look at me. The face goes perfectly with me. He couldn't stop laughing. He looked up before Jeff's hand covered his mouth. He slowly raised the knife, ready to plunge it into Lou. Lou's thrashed and shook around and trying to escape Jeff's grip. Shh, just go to sleep. What's going on? What's going on? Late night family. We back in the building. Coming to bring you another exciting episode of Late Night Conversations with Unc and Nephew. I am your host, King J, also known as Nephew. And to my left is my co-host.
JR, Big Unc, baby, Big Unc.
What's up, Big Unc?
So you already know, dog.
Chilling like a villain on penicillin.
Oh,
I think that's what I used to say when I was a kid.
Oh, it's tough.
So we back, but we're in a different location.
Exactly, man.
We move sets. Thank y'all for joining us for another exciting episode of Late Night Conversations, man. We got a big episode planned for y'all tonight in our new location.
Right.
You see the LNC, Late Night Conversations, floating in the back.
Got the King J family-owned entertainment behind you.
Oh, yeah. Got my, yes, sir. Got Biggie and Tupac right here on my little, me.
Yep.
Got Tupac on the top, Lil Wayne on the top, because them are my two.
Right.
Them the two top dogs.
I like them too, man, but of course, old school Pac.
Facts. And then you got on your side, shoot.
I got some Yellowstone
posters.
Yeah.
And some Yellowstone.
But the posters, man, It, dog.
Yeah,
Pennywise, man.
Yeah, Pennywise is bad,
I got a couple
dog.
of them up there, man, and I think we'll be changing it up from time to time, though.
We got a Creepypasta story planned for y'all tonight.
Right.
Which is going to be so good. It's called Jeff the Killer.
Okay, it's a little change up from the...
yeah, a little change of pace from True Crime.
True Crime.
So this week won't be True Crime. We'll get back to it next week. This week, for the new location, we thought we'd break it in with a horror story for tonight.
Right.
And I got a good one. It's called Jeff the Killer.
Jeff the Killer.
It's a good story, and anybody out there who is real into creepypastas or anything like that knows this is one of the most famous creepypastas ever written.
Right.
So it's super dope, dog. There's actually a picture I'll probably put conveniently on our backdrop.
Right here.
Of what Jeff the Killer looks like, and I will warn you, it might haunt your nightmares.
Oh, my goodness.
Like this story might.
Worse than this one right here? Look.
Well, he might give him a run for his money. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
But, man, without further ado, man, I think we should jump right into this story.
Go. As usual.
Man, so if y'all watching, this is called Jeff the Killer. So before we start, wherever you're at, in your home, if you're at home in bed, cut them lights off, pull them blankets up, and get ready for a crazy story time.
Let's roll.
So this is Jeff the Killer. So excerpt. This is an excerpt from a local newspaper. Ominous unknown killer is still at large. After weeks of unexplained murders, the ominous unknown killer is still on the rise. After a little evidence has been found, a young boy states that he survived one of the killer's attacks and bravely tells his story. I had a bad dream, and I woke up in the middle of the night, says the boy. I saw that for some reason the window was open, even though I remember it being closed. I got up, I shut it once more. Afterwards, I simply crawled back into my covers and tried to get back to sleep. That's when I had a strange feeling like someone was watching me. I looked up and nearly jumped out of my bed. There, in the little ray of light illuminating from between my curtains, were a pair of two eyes. These weren't regular eyes. They were dark, ominous eyes. They were bordered in black and just plain out terrified me. That's when I saw his mouth, a long, horrendous smile that made every hair on my body stand up. The figure
What the hell is even that?
stood there watching me, Finally, after what seemed like forever, he said it. A simple phrase, but said in a way only a man mad could speak. He said, "Go to sleep." I let out a scream that was ungodly. He pulled up a knife, aiming at my heart. He jumped on top of my bed. I fought him back. I kicked, I punched, I rolled around, trying to knock him off me. That's when my dad busted in. The man threw the knife. It went into my dad's shoulder. The man probably would have finished him off if one of the neighbors hadn't alerted the police. They drove into the parking lot and ran towards the door. The man turned and ran down the hallway. I heard a smash like glass breaking. As I came out of my room, I saw the window that was pointing towards the back of my house was broken. I looked out to see him vanish into the distance. I can tell you one thing. I will never forget that face. Those cold, evil eyes and that psychotic smile. They will never leave my head. Police are still on the look for this man. If you see anyone that fits the description in this story, please contact your local police department. That's the end of the newspaper excerpt.
Right.
So Jeff and his family had just moved into a new neighborhood. His dad had gotten a promotion at work, and they thought that it would be best to live in one of those fancy neighborhoods.
Okay.
Jeff and his brother Lou couldn't complain, though. A new, better house, what was not to love? As they were getting unpacked, one of their neighbors came by. "Hello," she said. "I'm Barbara. I live across the street from you. Well, I just wanted to introduce myself and introduce my son." She turns around and calls her son over. "Billy, these are our new neighbors." Billy said hi and ran back to play in his yard. "Well," said Jeff's mom, "I'm Margaret, and this is my husband, Peter, and my two sons, Jeff and Lou."
Okay.
They introduced themselves, and then Barbara invited them to her son's birthday. Jeff and his brother were about to object when their mother said that they would love to. When Jeff and his family were done packing, Jeff went up to his mom. "Mom, why would you invite us to some kid's party? If you hadn't noticed, I'm not some dumb kid."
Right.
Jeff, said his mother, "We just moved here. We should show that we want to spend time with our neighbors. Now we're going to that party, and that's final." Jeff started to talk, but stopped himself, knowing that he couldn't do anything. Whenever his mom said something, it was final. He walked up to his room and plopped down on his bed. He sat there, looking at his ceiling, when suddenly he got a weird feeling. Not so much pain, but a weird feeling. He dismissed it as just some random feeling.
Okay.
He heard his mother call him down to get his stuff, and he walked down to get it. The next day, Jeff walked downstairs to get breakfast and get ready for school. As he sat there eating his breakfast, he once again got that feeling. This time it was stronger. It gave him a slight tugging pain, but he once again dismissed it. As he and Lou finished breakfast, they walked down to the bus stop. They sat there waiting for the bus, and then all of a sudden, some kid on a skateboard jumped over them, only inches above their lap. They both jumped back in surprise. "Hey, what the hell?" The kid landed, turned back to him. He kicked the skateboard up and caught it with his hands. The kid seemed to be about 12, 1 year younger than Jeff. He wears an Aeropostale shirt and ripped blue jeans. Well. Looks like we got some new meat.
Damn.
Suddenly, two other kids appeared. One was super skinny and the other was huge. "Well, since you're new here, I'd like to introduce ourselves. Over there's Keith." Jeff and Lou looked over to the skinny kid. He had a dopey face that you would expect a sidekick to have. "And he's Troy." They looked over at the fat kid. Talk about a tub of lard. This kid looked like he hadn't exercised since he was crawling. "And I," said the first kid, "am Randy. Now, for all the kids in this neighborhood, there's a small price for bus fare. If you catch my drift." Lou stood up, ready to punch the lights out of the kid's eyes when one of his friends pulled a knife on him. "I'd hoped you would be more cooperative, but it seems we must do this the hard way." The kid walked up to Lou and took his wallet out of his pocket. Jeff got that feeling again. Now it was truly strong, a burning sensation. He stood up, but Lou gestured him to sit down. Jeff ignored him and walked up to the kid. "Listen here, you little punk. Give back my brother's wallet or else." Randy put the wallet in his pocket, pulled out his own knife. "Oh, and what will you do?" Just as he finished the sentence, Jeff popped the kid in the nose. As Randy reached for his face, Jeff grabbed the kid's wrist and broke it. Randy screamed and Jeff grabbed the knife from his hand. Troy and Keith rushed Jeff, but Jeff was too quick. He threw Randy to the ground. Keith lashed out at him, but Jeff ducked and stabbed him in the arm. Keith dropped his knife and fell to the ground screaming. Troy rushed him too, but Jeff didn't even need the knife. He just punched Troy straight in the stomach and Troy went down. As he fell, he puked all over. Lou could do nothing but look in amazement at Jeff. "Jeff, how'd you?" was all he said. They saw the bus coming and they knew they'd be blamed for the whole thing, so they started running as fast as they could. As they ran, they looked back and saw the bus driver rushing over to Randy and the others. As Jeff and Lou made it to school, they didn't dare tell what happened. All they did was sit and listen. Lou just thought of that, his brother beating up a few kids, but Jeff knew it was more. It was something scary. As he got that feeling, he felt how powerful it was, the urge to just hurt someone. He didn't like how it sounded, but he couldn't help feeling happy. He felt that strange feeling go away and stay away for the entire day of school. Even as he walked home, due to the whole thing near the bus stop and how he probably wouldn't be taking the bus anymore, he felt happy. When he got home, his parents asked him how his day was, and he said in a somewhat ominous voice, "It was a wonderful day." Next morning, he heard a knock at his front door. He walked down to find 2 police officers at the door, his mother looking back at him with an angry look. "Jeff, these officers tell me that you attacked 3 kids, that it wasn't regular fighting and that they were stabbed." "Stabbed, son?" Jeff's gaze fell to the floor, showing his mother that it was true. "Mom, they were the ones who pulled the knives out on me and Lou." "Son," said one of the cops, "we found 3 kids, 2 stabbed, 1 having a bruise on his stomach, and we have witnesses proving that you fled the scene. Now, what does that tell us?" Jeff knew it was no use. He could say him and Lou had been attacked, but then there was no proof. It was not them who attacked first. They couldn't say that they were fleeing because, truth be told, they were. So Jeff couldn't defend himself or Lou. "Son, calm down. Your brother, Jeff, couldn't do it since it was he who beat up all the kids." "Sir, it was me. I was the one who beat up the kids. Lou tried to hold me back, but he couldn't stop me." The cop looked at his partner and they both nodded. "Well, kid, looks like your year's gonna be spent in juvie."
Damn.
"Wait," says Lou. They all looked up to see him holding a knife. The officers pulled their guns and locked them on Lou. "It was me. I beat up those little punks. I have the marks to prove it." He lifted up his sleeves to reveal cuts and bruises as if he was in a struggle. "Son, just put the knife down," said the officer. Lou held up the knife and dropped it to the ground. He put his hands up and walked over to the cops. "No, Lou, it was me. I did it." Jeff had tears running down his face. "Huh, poor bro, trying to take the blame for what I did. Well, take me away." The police led Lou out of the patrol car. "Lou, tell them it was me. Tell them I was the one who beat up those kids." Jeff's mother put her hands on his shoulders. "Jeff, please, you don't have to lie. We know it's Lou. You can stop." Jeff watched helplessly as the cop car speeds off with Lou inside. A few minutes later, Jeff's dad pulled into the driveway. Seeing Jeff's face and knowing something was wrong, Son, what is it?" Jeff couldn't answer. His vocal cords were strained from crying. Instead, Jeff's mother walked his father inside to break the bad news to him, as Jeff wept in the driveway. After an hour or so, Jeff walked back into the house, seeing that his parents were both shocked, sad, and disappointed. He couldn't look at them. He couldn't see how they thought of Lou, that it was his fault. He just went to sleep, trying to hide the whole thing from his mind. 2 days went by with no word from Lou at JDC, and no friends to hang out with, nothing but sadness and guilt. That is until Saturday, when Jeff is woken up by his mother, with a happy, sunshiny face. "Jeff, it's the day," she said as she opened up the curtains and let light flood into his room. What's today?" asked Jeff. "Why, it's Billy's party." "Mom, you're joking, right? You don't expect me to go to some kid's party after..." "Jeff, we both know what happened. I think this party could be the thing that brightens up the past days. Now get dressed." Jeff's mother walked out of the room and downstairs to get ready herself. He fought himself to get up. He picked out a random shirt, a pair of jeans, and walked downstairs. He saw his mother and father all dressed up, his mother in a dress and his father in a suit. He thought, why would they even wear such fancy clothes to a kid's party? Son, is that all you're gonna wear? Said Jeff's mom. Better than wearing too much. His mother pushed down the feeling to yell at him and hit it with a smile. Now, Jeff, we may be overdressed, but this is how you go if you want to make an impression. Jeff grunted and just went back to his room. I don't have any fancy clothes, he said. Just pick out something. He looked around in his closet for what he would call fancy. He found a pair of black dress pants for a special occasion and an undershirt. He couldn't find a shirt to go with it, though. He looked around and found only striped and patterned shirts, none of which go with dress pants. Finally, he found a white hoodie and put it on. You're wearing that? They both said. His mother looked at her watch. Oh, no time to change. Let's just go, she said as she herded Jeff and his father out the door. They crossed the street over to Barbara and Billy's house. They knocked on the door, and it appeared that Barbara, just like his parents, was way overdressed. As they walked inside, all Jeff could see were adults, no kids. The kids are out in the yard, Jeff. How about you go and meet some of them, said Barbara. Jeff walked outside to a yard full of kids. They were running around in weird cowboy costumes and shooting each other with plastic guns. He might as well be standing in the Toys R Us. Suddenly, a kid came up to him and handed him a toy gun and hat. Hey, wanna play? He said. Nah, kid, I'm way too old for this stuff. Kid looked at him with a weird puppy dog face. Please, said the kid. Fine, said Jeff. He put on the hat, started to pretend shooting at the kids. At first, he thought it was totally ridiculous, but then he started to actually have fun. It might not have been super cool, but it was the first time he had done something that took his mind off of Lou. So he played with the kids for a while until he heard a noise. A weird rolling noise. Then it hit him. Randy, Troy, and Keith all jumped over the fence on their skateboards. Jeff dropped the fake gun and ripped off the hat. Randy looked at Jeff with burning hatred. Hello, Jeff, is it? He said. We have some unfinished business. Jeff saw his bruised nose. I think we're even. I beat the crap out of you, and you get my brother sent to JDC? Randy got an angry look in his eyes. Oh, no, I don't go for even. I go for winning. You may have kicked our asses that one day, but not today. As he said that, Randy rushed at Jeff. They both fell to the ground. Randy punched Jeff in the nose. Jeff grabbed him by the ears and headbutted him. Jeff pushed Randy off of him and both rose to their feet. Kids were screaming. Parents were running out of the house. Troy and Keith both pulled guns out of their pockets. No one interrupts us or guts will fly, they said. Randy pulled a knife on Jeff and stabbed it into his shoulder. Jeff screamed and fell to his knees. Randy started kicking him in the face. After 3 kicks, Jeff grabs his foot and twists it, causing Randy to fall to the ground. Jeff stood up and walked right towards the back of the door. Troy grabbed him. Need some help? He picks Jeff up by the back of the collar and throws him through the patio door. As Jeff tries to stand, he is kicked down to the ground. Randy repeatedly starts kicking Jeff until he starts to cough up blood. Come on, Jeff, fight me! He picks Jeff up and throws him into the kitchen. Randy sees a bottle of vodka on the counter and smashes the glass over Jeff's head. Fight! He throws Jeff back into the living room. Come on, Jeff, look at me. Jeff glanced up, his face riddled with blood. I was the one who got your brother sent to JDC, and now you're just going to sit here and let him rot in there for a whole year. You should be ashamed. Jeff starts to get up. Oh, finally you stand and fight? Jeff is now to his feet, blood and vodka on his face. Once again, he gets that strange feeling. The one in him, which he hadn't felt for a while. Finally, he's up, says Randy, as he runs at Jeff. That's when it happens. Something inside Jeff snaps. His psyche is destroyed. All rational thinking is gone, and all he can do is kill. He grabs Randy and pow drives him to the ground. He gets on top of him and punches him straight in the heart. The punch causes Randy's heart to stop. As Randy grasps for breath, Jeff hammers down on him, punch after punch. Blood gushes from Randy's body as he takes his one final breath and dies. Everyone is looking at Jeff now. The parents, the crying kids, even Troy and Keith. Although they easily break from their gaze and point their guns at Jeff, Jeff sees the guns trained on him and runs for the stairs. As he runs, Troy and Keith let out fire on him, each shot missing. Jeff runs up the stairs. He hears Troy and Keith follow up behind. As they let out their final rounds of bullets, Jeff ducks into the bathroom. He grabs the towel rack and rips it off the wall. Troy and Keith race in, knives ready.
Wow.
Troy swings his knife at Jeff, who backs away and bangs the towel rack into Troy's face. Troy goes down hard, and now all that is left is Keith. He is more agile than Troy, though, and ducks when Jeff swings the towel rack. He dropped the knife and grabbed Jeff by the neck. He pushed him into the wall. A thing of bleach fell down on top of him from the top shelf. It burnt both of them, and they both started to scream. Jeff wiped his eyes as best as he could. He pulled back the towel rack and swung it straight into Keith's head. As he lay there bleeding to death, he let out an ominous smile.
What?
"What's so funny?" asked Jeff. Keith pulled out a lighter and switched it on. "What's funny," he said, "is that you're covered in bleach and alcohol." Jeff's eyes widened as Keith threw the lighter at him. As soon as the flame made contact with him, the flames ignited the alcohol and the vodka. While the alcohol burned him, the bleach bleached his skin. Jeff let out a terrible screech as he caught on fire. He tried to roll out the fire, but it was no use. The alcohol had made him a walking inferno. He ran down the hall and fell down the stairs. Everybody started screaming as they saw Jeff now, a man on fire, drop to the ground nearly dead. The last thing Jeff saw was his mother and the other parents trying to extinguish the flame. That's when he passed out. When Jeff woke up, he had a cast wrapped around his face. He couldn't see anything, but he felt the cast on his shoulder and stitches all over his body. He tried to stand up, but realized that there was some tube in his arm, and when he tried to get up, it fell out, and a nurse rushed in. "I don't think you can get out of bed just yet," she said, as she put it back in his bed, and reinserted the tube. Jeff sat there with no vision, no idea of what his surroundings were. Finally, after hours, he heard his mother. "Honey, are you okay?" she asked. Jeff couldn't answer, though his face was covered and he was unable to speak. "Oh, honey, I have great news. After all the witnesses told the police that Randy confessed of trying to attack you, they decided to let Lou go." This made Jeff almost bolt up, stopping halfway, remembering the tube coming out of his arm. "He'll be out by tomorrow, and then you two will be able to be together again." Jeff's mother hugs Jeff and says her goodbyes. The next couple of weeks were those where Jeff was visited by his family. Then came the day where his bandages were to be removed. His family members were all there to see it. What would he look like? As the doctors unwrapped the bandages from Jeff's face, everyone was on the edge of their seats. They waited until the last bandage, holding the cover over his face, was almost removed. "Let's hope for the best," said the doctor. He quickly pulls the cloth, letting the rest fall from Jeff's face. Jeff's mother screams at the sight of his face.
Oh, snap.
Lou and Jeff's dad stare, awestruck, at his face. What happened to my face?" Jeff said. He rushed out of bed and ran to the bathroom. He looked in the mirror and saw the cause of the distress. His face, it's horrible. His lips were burnt to a deep shade of red. His face was turned into a pure white color, and his hair singed from brown to black. He slowly put his hand to his face. It had some sort of leathery feel to it now. He looked back at his family, then back in the mirror. "Jeff, it's not that bad." "Not that bad?" said Jeff. "It's perfect." His family was equally surprised. Jeff started laughing uncontrollably. His parents noticed that his left eye and hand were twitching. Jeff, are you okay?" "Okay? I've never felt more happy." "Look at me. The face goes perfectly with me." He couldn't stop laughing. He stroked his face, feeling it, looking at it in the mirror. "What caused this?" "Well, you may recall that when Jeff was fighting Randy, something in his mind, his sanity snapped. Now he was left as a crazy killing machine that his parents didn't know. "Doctor," said Jeff's mom, "is my son all right? You know, like in the head?" "Oh, yes, this behavior is typical for patients that have taken very large amounts of painkillers. If his behavior doesn't change in a few weeks, bring him back here and we'll give him a psychological test." "Oh, thank you, doctor." Jeff's mother went over to Jeff. "Jeff, sweetie, it's time to go." Jeff looks away from the mirror, his face still formed into a crazy smile. "'Kay, mommy." His mother took him by the shoulders and took him to get his clothes. "This is what came in," said the lady at the desk. Jeff's mom looked down to see the black dress, pants, and white hoodie her son wore. Now they were clean of blood and now stitched together. Jeff's mother led him to his room and made him put his clothes on. Then they left, not knowing that this was their final day of life. Later that night, Jeff's mother woke to a sound coming from the bathroom. It sounded as if someone was crying. She slowly walked over to see what it was. When she looked into the bathroom, she saw a horrendous sight. Jeff had taken a knife and carved a smile into each side of his cheeks. "Jeff, what are you doing?" Jeff looked over to his mother. "I couldn't keep smiling, Mommy. It hurt after a while. Now I can smile forever." Jeff's mother noticed his eyes, ringed and black. "Jeff, your eyes." "I couldn't see my face. I got tired and my eyes started to close. I burned out the eyelids so I can forever see myself. My new face." Jeff's mother slowly started to back away. Seeing her son was going insane. "What's wrong, Mommy? Aren't I beautiful?" "Yes, son," she said. "Yes, you are. Let me go get Dad so we can see your face." She ran into the room and shook Jeff's dad from his sleep. Honey, get the gun." As soon as she stopped, she saw Jeff in the doorway holding a knife.
Get the gun.
"Mommy, you lied." That's the last thing they hear as Jeff rushes them with the knife, gutting both of them. His brother Lou woke up, startled by some noise. He didn't hear anything else, so he just shut his eyes and tried to go back to sleep. As he was on the border of slumber, he got the strangest feeling that someone was watching him. He looked up before Jeff's hand covered his mouth. He slowly raised the knife, ready to plunge it into Lou. Lou's thrashed and shook around and trying to escape Jeff's grip. "Shh, just go to sleep."
Oh, shit. God. Hey, even though it's a creepypasta, I can see that happening to somebody,
Right, dog.
Going insane from just having feelings and then going through what he went through and just said, well, look what happened. What show was this? Was it Batman or
The Joker?
the Joker, dog?
Yeah.
You know?
It's like an origin story type deal.
Right.
Yeah, dude.
Damn, that was good, nephew. That was good, man.
That was fire, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, you just had me. No, I wasn't even saying nothing. I was like, what? Dude.
Dog, that's one of my favorite creepypastas, bro.
Dude, that one was so good.
It's crazy, dog, because if you really think about it, like, man, this could be a movie, man.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
you know what I mean?
Freaking insane, dog, that people's how their minds think, man, to make a story
To write a story like that,
dog.
dude, is crazy. And man, I was trying to find if it gave credit to the author, because I wanted to give a shout out to the author.
Oh
man,
most definite.
dude, it's such a good story.
Yeah, it just you had me. No, I didn't even want to say nothing. You know, he said a gun. Grab the gun.
Grab the gun.
That's your son, you know.
Shoot, not anymore.
Man,
not after she saw in the bathroom.
Else, though, yeah.
Dude, that man cut his
know.
cheek from side to side. And dog, when you see the picture, look, I'm gonna show you.
Oh, the white because of the bleacher. Wow, that's cool. Like, man, cutting your eyelids off or burning them off.
Singeing your eyelids, dog. Dang,
Hey,
bro.
when I had a Bell's palsy that one time, this eye wouldn't close to me because it was stuck.
Yeah.
The pain that my eye was going through, dog. Because you can't lubricate it, man, because you're not opening
It's
and
not,
closing.
getting no lubrication.
Dude, it
Dog,
hurts
and it's
so
crazy.
bad.
You think, I wonder if he burned all his pain nerves out, like his nerves, you know what I mean? He can't feel pain.
Maybe he don't feel pain because of his insanity.
His insanity, yeah.
You know?
And he loves it.
Because,
Oh,
man.
man.
I don't think he got that burned that you singe all your nerves, but the insanity, your mind's just gone. Kill. That's all he wants.
Just a killing machine.
Just revenge on whatever it comes at him.
That's crazy. And it's good, man. That's like a good movie, like a good horror movie.
Yeah, well,
You know
maybe
what
a
I'm
good
saying?
short story.
Or like a short film.
Like a
short film.
Yeah,
And you know, it's crazy,
I
dog.
love short films, man. I mean, because they're to the point.
Yeah,
They come to the point, and you're like, I get it.
Like, matter of fact, I don't know if you know this, but I think I told you a while back there was a movie called Lights Out that I went and watched.
Right.
Where every time you turn off the light, that woman figure.
Right.
So that was a short film first on YouTube.
Right.
Somebody made a short film. It was real small, like probably like 10 minutes. They turned it into a full-length movie.
Okay.
Just the idea of it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And to be honest, I think that's how a lot of horror stories have started.
Yeah, with just a concept.
Yeah, a concept or a short film.
Right.
You know, and then they turn it into a full-length
like
feature
that
film.
reminds me of, like you said, the Joker, man, because I couldn't think of it until you said the Joker.
Because
your mind just... My mind ain't never triggered, dog, not like that.
Yeah, not like that.
But I can imagine somebody being triggered to
so
where...
insane to where
you know what? Where they don't feel no pain. So, I mean, he just got this...
Like this urge to kill.
Well, man, I don't want to say urge to kill, but like when he was trying to get beat up,
right?
You get this supernatural power to where he whooped his kids. You know, his brother Lou was like, "The fuck you get this power from?" You know, that's basically what it said.
Oh yeah.
You know,
that his brother was like in awe, like, man, what the hell? Where did that come from?
Yeah, where'd that come from? And this guy was born a kid. He's 12 years old, 13 years old.
Dude, and you know what's crazy? Because it's like, what if, you know, it's that thing in all of us.
Yeah.
Like, the adrenaline rush maybe, or, you know, like we all have some sort of superhuman strength when we need it.
Well,
you know what I mean? But comparing it to the Joker is pretty dope, man, because, like, the Joker is one of my favorite villains.
Yeah.
Like, you know, as far as...
Well, he
superheroes.
Mine, too, as a villain.
Yeah, like as a villain, that's what I'm saying.
Also, one of my favorite, I don't want to say killers, but I don't know if you ever seen the movie, she was a babysitter. Brandy talked about it a lot, where this dude's like, he blends into the walls and stuff, man. When a stranger calls.
When a stranger calls.
When a stranger calls, man.
I'm picturing it in my mind.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're talking about the dude who's blending into the walls with that.
With the brick.
Yeah, with the brick.
Paint.
Yeah.
But he was a comic, or like at a open mic night.
Right.
And he had a dummy mannequin type with no face, dog.
Oh.
And when he was talking, man, they booed him off the stage, dog, because of the stuff that he was saying.
Yeah.
That's an insanity. That's insane, dude. So he's one of my favorite villains.
Like,
you know?
villain people.
I mean, a lot of people may not have heard of this guy. I don't even know his name, but
yeah, like
the character
his
that he
origin,
played,
his origin story,
dude,
his story of how he became, because that's how he became that killing machine, or what?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Well, he got so obsessed with this one chick.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
he went. She was babysitting, and then for years he stalked her, dog.
Oh, okay.
You know,
it was like
the two kids that she was
the Night
babysitting
Stalker.
in the very first show.
Dude, it's been so long.
They disappeared.
Oh,
when she ran, because she was like, she saw him, because on the phone she thought he was outside and actually was inside.
That's the movie where it's like the killer is coming from inside the house.
Yeah, when she was with 911.
Yeah.
And so she runs out the house, and she runs into the dad. They're coming home, and we're the kids. So, like, in the next movie that they made, she's living, like, in the 4th floor, secluded. She knows every pair of socket, everything,
Yeah, everything's organized.
Yeah. And then one day when she looks in the closet, she finds the outfit that the kids were wearing. The ones that disappeared.
Oh, man.
Dude.
That's tough.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite movies, man. I ain't gonna lie.
That's tough. So. I like, the Joker's my favorite villain, I think, out of all of them. I got a good question for you, dog. Who do you think played the best Joker? Out of, like, you got, from Jack Nicholson to Heath Ledger to what's his name? Who just played in Joker?
Yeah, what's his name? With the scar.
With the scarred lip. He has the cleft palate.
Yeah, what's his name?
What's his name?
He came out on Gladiator.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Who do you think played the best
Well, you know
Joker?
what? I think Joaquin Phoenix played the greater insane person.
Yeah, like the craziest
The
Joker.
craziest Joker, like, he's just crazy, dog. But can't nobody beat Nicholson, dog.
Nicholson was tough,
Dude,
dog. I ain't gonna lie.
Nicholson in any horror movie,
Yeah, like The Shining.
Here's Johnny.
Yeah.
You can't
Dude,
beat
but
because his voice, his
Yeah.
acting skills,
Yeah.
and his facial features, dog.
His expressions and stuff.
Yeah, dog. You can't. Do
And that was that the first Joker that they were used the prosthetics on, like his mouth and stuff.
For the new Batman and stuff like that.
Right.
But like, of course, the old Batman was
Because
different.
mine dog is Heath Ledger, dog. I think Heath Ledger was so tough as the Joker in The Dark Knight. Dude, he was tough, dude. That just his voice, the way he acted.
He's a great actor.
Yeah,
and like I said, voice is everything. You have people with great, Freeman. Freeman, what's his name?
Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman.
His voice.
Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
That's another one, dog. Denzel's tough.
They play great villains. Crazy Joe. From Lean on Me. Morgan Freeman. He played that principal part good, didn't he?
Oh hell yeah, dude. He was tough.
Very side.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you about a short story that I saw on Max. It's a 15-minute short story. It's called 1, 2, 3 Eyes on Me. Dude, amazing story. It's about a school shooting.
Oh,
But it's,
okay.
It's just one teacher. They don't show nobody else. Shows the teacher and the students.
Really? It's like a back and forth? Like it goes to the killer, the shooter, and then the teacher?
It just shows the shooter. They don't show them shooting.
Oh,
you just see them
okay.
running. But it's her trying to protect these kids from the shooters.
Right.
But I don't want to spoil it, man. The ending, bro. Fucking hit my heart, dude.
Yeah.
But you gotta watch that, man. I've told a few people about it, and they're like, I will. I don't push movies on anybody. You and your dad, watch movies all the time.
Facts.
And you're like, hey, this is a great movie. When I'm at home, got time to watch Netflix or Max or Hulu, whatever.
Right.
I'll sit down and I'm like, man. I've seen some great movies.
Yeah. Facts.
So when I heard about this, when I watched it, and I thought it was a movie. Until I started reading it, completely it says 15 minutes, so I knew it was a short story.
Right.
Dude, it's amazing, And I've told people, man, and I don't, like I say, I don't push movies, but this one.
Yeah, but you really recommend it.
I also recommend American Son. Boy,
Yeah?
you ever seen American Son? Oh, dude.
Is it a show or is it a?
It's a movie.
Oh, it's a movie. Okay. Yeah, because I know you're a big fan of like shows, dog.
Yeah.
Like you're way better at me than watching TV shows.
Right.
Dude, I can't.
Yeah, well.
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone. I mean,
like Squid Games, bro.
made a decision that changed the whole Yellowstone.
Yeah, the whole Yellowstone. It probably ain't the same no more,
Oh,
right?
it's over.
Oh, it's done?
Well,
okay.
They killed him off.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
see, I ain't watched not one episode.
He made a decision not to be on the show anymore because whatever was going on in his life, here and there. I think it was another production going on or whatever.
Oh,
and
okay.
They killed him off, man, and they did the last season, And
yeah.
it was a great season.
Like it was a great,
man.
yeah.
Of course, great writers. They
Right.
wrote the script to where, and the perfect. Of course, you already know but one of my best shows, like a series, was Queen of the South.
Oh, Queen of the South.
Dude, Queen of the South, you never saw that.
I've never seen that one. There's a lot of shows that I haven't watched, dog, personally, because I'm more of a movie watcher.
Right.
I like to sit, get it over with, and watch the movie.
And I do too.
Especially, dog, if I start a series, like, say if they're like, hey, you should go watch this series.
There's only one series I haven't completed, and that's The Walking Dead, because it's 25 years.
But see,
long.
but that's what I'm saying, dog. Like when they tell me, man, I really recommend you watch this show, and then I look it up like on Netflix or whatever,
Right.
and it's like They're like in season 6.
Yeah.
I just don't even watch it.
Yeah.
I'm like, man,
See,
that's too much
Winter
catching
in the
up.
South is 5 seasons, and I think of all the shows that was seasons that I've watched, I think that's probably one of the greatest endings I've ever seen. I think the way that ended was probably, I'd say, one of the greatest to me. I don't think it could have gone other ways.
Yeah, facts.
But the way it ended, I think it's probably that's the
like
best
the best that could have ended.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
And I'm like, what? And I'm sentimental, and it hit for a little bit, dog. I'm like, wow, but I always recommend Queen of the South, man. I mean, that's one of my favorites, man.
Man, that's pretty dope, man. I'm not really a show watcher, but I love movies.
Yeah.
I just went and saw a movie called Novocaine. And that's where the guy, he can't feel, he has a condition where he can't feel pain.
Right.
And they kidnap his girl, dog, and
I was wondering that's what you went on Monday.
Yeah, it was fire.
And I was really surprised y'all went.
We weren't going to, but my dad decided last minute to go. Because, I think we've said it on the podcast a couple times, but me and my dad, we go to the movies every Monday.
Right.
And we've been doing it for the last 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
Yeah, probably 2 years, man. And shoot, to y'all, anybody out there watching, man, this is something that I do with my pops for the purpose of spending time with them.
Well, of course.
You know what I mean? Because
you got a family, he's got, he's raised y'all. He ain't got no kids at home anymore. I mean, your youngest brother still lives there, but he's a grown man already.
Yeah, he's grown.
So, I mean, you have to, dog. My dad's in town right now, so, I mean, I'll see him every day, but I don't see him all the time. And I don't have that relationship with my pops,
Right.
But, I mean, of course, I still love him, but...
facts. And that's the thing, like with me, growing up, like I always say, man, I'm very appreciative to how my parents raised me.
Right.
I was blessed to have both my parents, and my dad.
Day.
Yeah, to this day. And my dad worked his butt off when we were kids.
Right.
And there was a lot of times where he missed a lot of functions.
Yeah.
This and that because he was so busy.
Well, he's still a workaholic.
Yeah,
dog.
and he's still a workaholic. Yeah, but
every time I go there, I'm like, Fred, what are you doing?
Working. He's on his laptop.
He's on his laptop, or he's on his office, man. And he's got the three
monitors.
And they're all like, dude, watching his work. He's doing payroll. He's doing this.
Yeah,
I'm like,
do it. Yeah.
Bruh, take a chill, man.
That's what I be trying to tell him, man. That's why he does Mondays, and but like I feel like we missed out on a lot of opportunities when we were younger.
Right,
and so sometimes it feels like making up for lost time. Because it's work ethic, which I'm not. Like I said, I'm not complaining about. But like with me, I'm a little different. Shoot, I work as less as possible, so I can be with my kids.
Yeah,
but man, anybody out there, man, with your parents. Or anybody, any loved ones, man. Before it's too late, try to spend the most time you can with the people you love. Because I'd rather, one day, if they pass, I'd rather say, man, we had a lot of great memories and all these cherished times than, man, I wish we'd have did more. I wish I would have seen more.
See, and we have a lot, and I've heard a lot of people say that. I don't say in the family, but a lot of people out here, man, I can't believe I didn't spend more time. Because you chose not to.
Exactly.
And you do. Yeah. I know your brother from time to time will go or whatever. Josh he's barely grown up. He's a grown man. Yeah. He's 18. But
it's a lot different, man.
You're right, because when they're gone, they're gone.
Exactly.
Memories stop that day.
Exactly.
Everything.
Yeah, and that's all you have left to hold on.
Your last memory you're gonna have is that casket closing.
Yeah, man. And that's the thing, you don't want to be in a position to where. With all the what ifs, man. What if I would have done more, or stayed more, or, make that effort, man. To me, I always say, I tell
maybe
people,
I should have gone on vacation with them when they said, "Hey, you want to come?" And I'm like, "No, I'm too grown for that.
I'm too busy," or because a lot of teenagers,
man, no, I don't want to go. I'm too grown.
They be like, "Man, you want to go to the mall with me or something?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm too old for that to be with my mom."
Yeah,
man, hell no, man. Spend time with your people, man.
Hey, not changing the subject, man, but. Freaking West Texas win, brother. If y'all don't know, people, my sister, his mom, they had 2 trees fall in the backyard.
Yeah, dude.
Fortunately, they fell in the most perfect spot they could have fell.
Yeah, right in between the house and shed.
Right, and I mean they did lose some valuable,
Yeah, like the shed's gonna have to be torn
the
down.
shed's got to be torn down and remade.
Yeah.
A little bit of the roof got.
My dad's grill got flattened like a pancake.
Brand new, dog. He ain't had it very long.
He had it like not even a year.
A grill
bro.
and
a flat top.
Yeah,
I feel bad, dog.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, this wind, bro. If y'all in West Texas, man, the wind that we've been having in Plainview, surrounding areas, has been terrible.
Y'all don't
dog.
understand. Y'all don't. Last week, there was a lot of wrecks. Going towards Canyon and Amarillo. I know Lubbock had quite a bit of wrecks.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened yesterday, but I know that last night that I was here, we were working on this other project for our podcast. We had a wildfire back here off of
Hell yeah, behind the CVS pharmacy.
CVS pharmacy, and
boy, I thought
it got
was
kind of crazy there for a second.
We could see the lights from the fire,
and then we were getting
notifications
on the phone
from the city.
And then today, nephew, I'm at work, and we come back from lunch. We go to lunch at 11 to 12, and I started working, and it was about 1:15, and I saw my boss because I've got a crew that I'm kind of training and making sure that everything's going. For my paperwork, and saw my boss go talk to the other employees who've been there more, and I'm like, what? All of a sudden, I'm like, what's going on? And then they went out the side door. I'm like, if they can go out the side door, I'm gonna go look too. And there was a wildfire about with the smoke, and I'm not sure if it was because I saw smoke up close that it was only about a mile away. It could have been further out because the wind was coming from the west. Yeah. And 2 o'clock, my boss comes and goes, "Hey, shut her down." No, 1:40. Actually, 1:45. This is shut her down, and because we don't know how fast it's traveling. I mean, they shut the highway down, Highway 70 going towards Dimmitt, and I don't know how, I left. I ain't got time to play around with the
hell nah. Yeah, the boss tell me, time to wrap it up. Right when he says time to wrap, right when he's about to say up, man, my car's speeding off.
Yep, I clocked out on my phone and I said, "I'll see y'all tomorrow."
Hell
or call me or text me.
Especially with fire, dog. I ain't finna play.
We drove by there earlier, you and I did, when we went to downtown and uptown, and my building was still there, so
he said,
I going to work tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be at work tomorrow.
Yeah. I went to the store last night. I was telling one of my friends at work, and I'm like, was it last night? Night before. It was night before. It was already like 9:30, dog, and I'm in my sweats, and I got my slides on and no socks, and I'm like, I need something from the store. I'm finna go to the store. I'm gonna go real quick, go pay, boom, come home. My feet ain't summer ready. Let's put it that way. They're not summer ready, so that's why. So I'll go, and I'm in the line. There's a guy paying, and his card declined. Oh. And then he's like, well, just take that off. There should be $10 in there.
Decline again.
Sir, it's declined. I don't speak Indian. I can't speak Indian like you. He's like, well, try $5. I'm like, dude. And so I'm sitting there, and I'm like looking at my feet.
I'm very sorry, sir. Your card is declining. It's not working.
Said that twice,
sir, I'm very sorry. The card is not working. Is there any way you got another card?
They asked him so. At that time, I got people coming in, dog. And I'm looking at my feet like, man, they're not ready. Dog. So finally, he's like, well, let me have those skins right there. I got $5 in my pocket. I'm like, dude, you should have said that 10 minutes ago, dog.
I'd be like, man, can you step to the side? Man. Let me buy what I'm going to buy.
So I went and got what I paid. Boom. And I'm looking at my feet. I'm like, man, when you're not summer ready, dog.
Hell yeah, bro.
You got to get that loofah.
Yeah, you got to scrub them corns out. Yeah.
Trim. I wanted to get a petty by next week because I'm having surgery, and I don't want one of them good-looking nurses to be like, man, this dude don't take care of his feet. Which I do, dog, I do, but, it's wintertime still over here. It's cold. still wearing socks with everything.
Hell yeah,
You know.
dog. I can't.
You know
see,
I'm not a sock man.
Yeah, I don't see how you can just walk no socks, dog.
I hate socks. I'm
My
wearing them
feet
now.
feel
but
dirty when I don't wear socks,
that's
man.
why you wash them. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I know, but like I just like sometimes you be wearing them Sperry's or whatever, or them hey dudes with no socks. I said, oh, that should be a crime. It should be illegal. That kind of shit should be illegal, dog.
Yeah,
Oh man, dog, that's funny as hell, man.
Yeah.
Man, I had a good time tonight, dog.
Me too.
I think
I
we're
love
getting
that story,
to a closing
dude.
point, man.
I love this story. I did.
It was a good story, right?
Like I said, it could be a movie, like you said. Dog. I loved it, man. Appreciate it, nephew.
Oh hell yeah, man! I thought we can kick off we'll kick off our first episode in our new set.
In a new set, right?
Yeah, with the good creepypasta.
And more's coming. I'm hoping.
Oh yeah, we have a lot more coming. I think we're gonna swap out these. We're gonna be in regular chairs. Regular accent chairs.
Right.
We're gonna have a different table, a different mic setup.
Yeah.
We got a lot planned. We got a lot in the works.
We're hoping soon.
Yeah,
I'm
real
not saying
soon.
how soon. We got some things working right now, and
the good thing is we're just progressing. Every time it's
Exactly.
gonna keep getting better and better.
And it gets better with y'all's likes, y'all's thumbs up.
Yeah, man, everything that y'all are doing for us, man. We've been getting a lot of good feedback.
Spotify is really starting
Followers
to fire
are growing.
up, you know.
Thank y'all so much for everything y'all been
Right.
doing, man. Y'all making two regular guys like us feel like
We're
we're
somebody.
doing something. Yeah, like we're doing something, man. And we're getting recognized in town now for the podcast, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, they know.
So,
A lot of people know
like
us.
they know us, but they're like,
I go to
man,
hostels now, and I'm like, what's up, Big Unk? And I'm like, what's up, you know?
Yeah, what's up? Yeah.
At first it gets me because I don't know what to say because I'm like, I mean, I say Big Unk just, you know, because of the podcast. You know, they call me JR.
But it's
now
like they
that,
get
now that I'm
called
saying
Big
Big
Unk.
Unk knows that they're watching, man.
Exactly,
You
man.
know, so
the messages.
Thank y'all very much.
Yeah, we got merch that we're gonna start working on pretty soon. So, man, there's so much that we got in the works.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be dropping music pretty soon. So if y'all like rap music, if y'all like, man, if y'all know my music,
I
man.
might do a cover myself.
He's not. We're gonna make him do a cover of.
Can of corn.
Thank y'all for watching another exciting episode of Late Night Conversations with Uncle Nephew, man. And until next week, peace.